Okay, everybody, let's try solving this radical equation. Okay, the first thing that we want to do here is get the radical by itself here. So we're going to bring the 4 and move it over. Okay, so we get the square root of x minus 2 is equal to x minus 4. Now at this point here, what we might do here is quickly check the restrictions. We've got the x minus 2 under the radical, so we know that x minus 2 has to be greater than or equal to 0. Can't take the square root of a negative. And this tells us when we bring the 2 over that x has to be greater than or equal to 2. Additionally, from this we can see, because a radical can only produce a positive value, so that the left side must be positive, well, by the equal sign, the right side must also be positive. So x minus 4 has to be greater than or equal to 0 as well. So we can pull that over. X has to be greater than or equal to 4. Putting those two intervals together, greater than or equal to 2, greater than or equal to 4, I can tell right now that my answer is that x has to be greater than or equal to 4. That's the only one that actually satisfies both of those. So with that in mind, I come back over here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to square both sides of the equation to get rid of the radical. So it's going to get rid of the radical on the left-hand side. Now on the right-hand side, we've got this binomial, and you've got to be really careful that you do this properly. That's x minus 4 times x minus 4. So x minus 2 is going to equal x squared. That's going to be minus 4x minus 4x, okay, minus 4x plus 16. Okay, that right there is probably the biggest source of error when doing this, okay, that people don't use the middle term here. So just remember that that's got to be there. So x squared minus 2 is equal to x squared minus 8x plus 16. This is a quadratic, so we're going to bring those two terms over, so it's equal to 0. So that'll be negative 9x plus 18. Okay, and then over here we are going to factor this down. So our two factors of 18 that go together to get negative 9 will be negative 3 and negative 6. So x is equal to 3 and positive 6. So I got two answers here. But what we got to do is we always got to check our answers with these radical equations. Now, I just said that the interval where our answer is going to be found is going to be where x is greater than 4. Well, that means the only answer here that works is positive 6, which means our extraneous root, okay, the one that's extra, is this x equals 3. That's not a root to the equation, it's an extraneous root. The actual root is x equals 6. Now, if you're not comfortable with looking at the restrictions up here, if you simply take 3 and 6 and substitute them back into the equation, the original, just one at a time, you'll see right away here, that the 3 doesn't work, but the 6 does, okay, if you plug those in. But checking the intervals is probably the quickest way to do that.